Hey, okay, so I wanted to do a little Goodwill haul, and then I wanted to share some tips and tricks that I have found for thrifting. And I want to preface this with I don't think that we should be going out all the time to retail stores because of the pandemic. So if you do choose to go thrifting, be careful, wear your mask, wash your hands, don't stay there for too long. And there's also a bunch of online thrifting ways you can do: ThredUp, Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, all of those things as well. But I went to Goodwill for the first time in a few months, and for those of you who know me, I am a big thrifter. I'd say pretty much everything I own is thrifted unless it was a gift, and I just love it. It makes me happy. I like everything about it pretty much, except for recently because I don't like being around people because they bother me because of the pandemic. But anyway, so I wanted to share some tricks to help you get started in thrifting or save you some time and energy when you do go to the thrift store. But to start out, I wanted to show what I got this last time I went. I got this lavender-ish purple mauve Fila sweatshirt, and I think it's really cute. I like the stitching up here, and it's a little tighter. I usually am used to oversized sweatshirts, but I think it'll be nice, and I could wear like a coat over it as well. And then I got this dress, and this is just from H&M, but it's much better to buy things that are from fast fashion stores like H&M through thrifting because you aren't supporting a business that's using slave labor to create their clothes. You're supporting Goodwill, which is has a job training program and helps support people with disabilities. Still getting clothes that are fashionable and in style. So yeah, it's just got these tiers on it and it's flowing, kind of cute. I'll probably wear a tank top under it, or I will wear something under it because it's a little bit low V for me. But yeah, so I got that, really cute. And then I got this cool shirt. It doesn't have a brand, so I have no idea where it's from. It almost looks homemade, or like vintage. But it's got all these different textures and patterns, and I love it. And it's a little summery, but I think it'd be really cute tucked into a pair of mom jeans with a belt and some Doc Martens. And then, okay, I'm gonna save the best two for last. These are just a pair of Old Navy jeans. I cuffed them at the bottom, but I just needed another pair of jeans, and yeah, there's nothing cool about these. I just needed a pair of jeans. This I was super happy about. I was debating between getting this and a flannel, but I feel like I don't have anything like this, and I never tend to gravitate towards flannels when I have them in my closet. So I got this red corduroy, like, it looks like a flannel button-up with a pocket, and it has these nice buttons. It's so cute on, and I just think for the winter and the fall, I guess it's almost ending, but it's just a really pretty color. And then last but not least, this was in the Christmas section, but I just think it's so cool. I might crop it because it's really large and heavy. It's like a heavy sweatshirt, but it is this embroidered skier woman, and I'm going on a ski trip in a few weeks, and I love skiing, and I've always loved skiing, and I just think this is so cool. And I don't want to crop it because I know it's vintage and I just want to keep it the way it is, but as you can see, it's huge. Yeah, so that's all I got this time, but if you follow me on Instagram and you ever like my clothes, they're all thrifted, pretty much everything. So I wanted to share some tricks that I was thinking about when I was thrifting the other day that I think would help people to maybe go quicker or get to the point. And the first one, which is something that you can do before you go, is know what colors look good with your skin tone and what colors don't look good. And a rule of thumb is if you don't have that color in your closet, or you don't think that if you had it in your closet it was something that you would go towards, then don't buy it because you're not going to wear it now. And for me, that's like pale yellow or pale pink, which are two colors that I really like. So I'll find myself gravitating towards them in a store, but then I pick them up and I hold them against my skin and they don't look good. And especially right now when you can't try things on, it's important to know what colors you look good in and what colors maybe aren't your best colors. And I think that if you go through your sections most of the time in thrift stores like Goodwill and Value Village, if there's a smaller boutique, it might be set up differently, but you can just kind of avoid almost a whole section because that's a color that you don't look good in. Like, I skipped the yellow section. I don't particularly like to wear black unless it's something specific that I'm looking for, like a black skirt or a black tank top or whatever. Then I just skip that whole section. And it makes it go a lot faster because you know that you don't have to look through that section and touch every single piece. And then the second tip is look for textures that you are looking for or you want to wear. So for example, like I'm really into corduroy, but it's hard for me to find it. And I can scan the rack and see, oh, this is flannel, this is corduroy, this is knit material, and see which ones I think that I am going to lean towards more. And if you go in knowing what kinds of stuff you like and what types of stuff you're looking for, it even narrows it down more. For example, like I wouldn't wear a knit t-shirt because that doesn't make sense to me, and I don't live in a climate where that would make any sense. So you can tend to, you know, even feel things and feel them, but you don't have to pull out and look at every single one. And then the next trick I want to share is don't just look in your size. A lot of times, if you're looking for vintage things, the sizes are very different. For example, I'm like a 4 or a 6 in jeans, but if I'm looking for a nice pair of like vintage Levi's, I'm gonna look more in like the 8s, 10s, and 12s because people were built differently than they are now and their body shapes were different. And so there can be a 10 that's like this big and I could just skip through it because I'm not looking that far into the sections. So, or like if you're looking for something, I DIY a lot of my stuff. I crop it. I just need to look in your size. I recommend broadening your size spectrum because you never know what you're going to find and they don't always place it in the right section either. Hi, okay, I'm editing right now, but I just wanted to add one more tip. So if you are looking to get into a new style or you just need some ideas to help you figure out what you want to tailor your style to and not just go into a thrift store blind, I super recommend going on Pinterest and pinning a bunch of stuff that you're super interested in from all different kinds of stores, or go on stores that you know you like American Eagle or Anthropologie, Madewell. Those are places that I like their clothing, and you can go on their website, look at things that you like, and then go to the thrift store and look for dupes of those items or similar things and similar styles. That is one tip that I super recommend. I don't know how I forgot it. And then the last tip I want to give is to look at the bottom of the rack. So what I mean by that is, like for these jeans, for example, they have fray at the bottom, and even though I have to fold them up because I'm short, that's something that I like, and I know that that's in style right now. So when I'm scanning all these, you know, this entire rack of jeans, and it's overwhelming, I can look at the bottoms and be like, okay, well, I know that if I see a skinny pair of jeans with like fray on the bottom, then they're probably in style, and that's what I'm looking for. And the other part of the jeans that I look for is, again, the texture. And then also, I'm short. If you're tall or if you're short, this works. If you're kind of in the middle, then this isn't necessarily a tip for you. But for me, I can look at the bottom, and I know that I don't wear flare jeans. I wear boyfriend jeans and mom jeans and skinny jeans. So I can scan the bottom and see like, oh, I don't want to look at these because they're flare, so I don't need to pull them out. And for me, I can't wear something that's super long, or I can, but I'll cut it. I'll have to cut it. So sometimes I scan and I see like, okay, all of the jeans are here, and then there's like a few pairs that are here, here, and here, which means they're a few inches shorter. So I can look at those and be like, oh, okay, well, I don't like this about it or whatever. So yeah, those are my tips for thrifting. And I think the last thing is don't be brand blinded. That's something that I have fallen into a few times where I'll see something and it's like this, I was probably a little brand blinded because this is like, Fila is a sort of, I don't know how to explain it, in trend right now, I guess. So because of this little patch, I was like, oh, I need this. But with like Free People and Nike and things like that, I'll tend to pull something out and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is Free People, I need it. But the reality is I don't actually like it. I just like that I'm finding something that's normally expensive in a thrift store. And I mean, obviously you can pull something out that's Free People and be like, oh my gosh, this is a great find and I want it and I love it. But most of the time for me, if people are thrifting something that's from a good brand, it's because it's out of style or they don't like it anymore. So, I mean, sometimes their donation is my perfect find, but most of the times with expensive, well-known brands, that's not the case for me. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm bored. I have a month off of work and there's not much to do right now, so I just wanted to post this video and hopefully you like it. Hopefully it helps you. If you have any questions or need thrifting advice, I got you. And I used to thrift like once a week, but I've probably been once in the past 6 months just because I don't feel safe going all the time. And I moved to an island, if you know where I live, and I live about 45 minutes to the nearest Goodwill. So that helps me to save money not going all the time. Also, if you have little thrift stores where you live, make sure to support those local businesses. And yeah, I hope everyone is staying safe and making good choices. And once again, don't shop retail unless you're willing to take the chances. You're going to stay 6 feet away from people, you're wearing a mask, and you wash or sanitize your hands before and after going in. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day and happy holidays.